Hi guys, so for today's video I thought that I would do an updated everyday makeup routine. The reason being is that since I've last done one of these, it probably wasn't even too long ago. I feel like I might have done one just before my break. I have changed a few products and the way I do things. The reason being partly just the natural progression of time, but also because I have started fake tanning. I know I still look pale as shit. But that means that I've had to buy like a dark foundation and a few new concealers and things like that, and it means that I can get away with like different amounts of bronzing because before I really couldn't. So yeah, I thought I would show you what I now do, and I also wanted to try out my new background setup, which I haven't decided. I'm definitely going to be using it for makeup tutorials, but I haven't decided whether I like this background or my old one, which is now slightly different. For like main normal other videos. So let me know, and yeah, without further ado, I'm going to show you how I do this every day. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is clip my hair back. There's a lot less of it now, but I still don't want to get foundation in it, so back it goes with some little clippy clips that aren't doing their clipping job. So once I've got my hair clipped back, the first thing I'm going to do is start with my primer, and I am using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Mattifying Base, and it basically looks like this. And I don't really get primers. I don't know, sometimes they make a difference, but I'm not sure how much they do. So when I'm buying a primer, the thing that I tend to prioritize is like how much you get for your money. So like I think this is like, that's a lot of primer, because normally you get primers and there's like barely anything in them. So I kind of feel like they all do the same thing, so I just get whatever works out like the best value for money. But I do quite like this. Once I've smoothed that all over my face, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and my foundation that I'm using right now when I'm tanned is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, and I have this in True Ivory, and I want to pick this up in a lighter shade as well for when I don't have fake tan on, because I've really been liking it. So I just take this in like stripes down my face with the Real Techniques buffing brush, and then I just buff it into my skin. I really like this foundation. It lasts me really well through the day. I can do an 8-hour shift and 3 hours traveling, and when I get home my foundation is somehow still on really nicely, and you don't get that with a lot of foundations. And I also just really like the finish, like it's slightly matte, slightly dewy, like so it doesn't make you look really greasy, but also doesn't make you look dead. And yeah, it's quite a good colour match for when I've got tan on. So that's my foundation done, and I'm now going to go in with some concealer. So I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I sometimes use this. There's also the Maybelline one that I like, which is the one with the little like spongy bit on. And I just use this in triangles under my eyes. Just get a bit more of that. And then I take it down my nose and in another like triangle like on my forehead between my eyebrows. And then I'll use it on my little chinny bit, a tiny dot in like my cupid's bow, and then sort of like below my nostrils, just where like I tend to get a bit of redness sometimes. And then if I'm feeling like putting an extra amount of effort in, that was shade number 2, I then take shade number 1. This is what I use when I don't have tan on, but sometimes I will just take this and put like a wee bit more on. It just makes it a tiny bit lighter and sort of helps with like a bit more of like a contour. So I just put some of that on top, and then I take this brush. This is a 6+ brush, and it's just this little like flat topped small kabuki, and I just like press this into my skin. Now, because I am an absolute concealer addict, I also then go in with the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Concealer. It looks like this, so you've got 2 in powder, and I just take the yellow toned one on this like rounded small kabuki brush, again by 6+, and I take a tiny amount of that and I use it like right in sort of the bags of my eyes, and this really just is like a whole nother layer of coverage, and really just like brightens up that bit and makes me look a little bit less tired. I find when I'm interning, this is like an absolutely necessary step. So now that I have all that coverage on, it's time to bring a bit more dimension back into my face. So to do this, I'm using the Bourjois, I think it's like 8-in-1 BB cream or something. Basically, it looks like that, and it's like a liquid bronzer thing, which is absolutely really great if you are on the paler side, because it's a much more natural bronze than you get with a powder, and you can blend it in so it's really like seamless and you don't look orange or streaky. So I'm just using some of that on the Real Techniques contouring brush. And I just like to take it down my cheekbones and then around my forehead, and then I take a smaller brush and do it down the sides of my nose. Doing the thing where in person it looks flawless, on camera it looks orange and streaky. Isn't that always the way? Then I'm just taking that same product on a smaller brush, so again a 6 Plus kabuki brush. And this is just like a really thin pointed one, and I just take a tiny amount of that down the sides of my nose just to give the illusion that I don't have such a big nose. So right now my face is a bit of a shiny mess, so I am going to powder. My favourite powder ever is the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass powder. It's the one that's all yellow toned like that. As you can see, I'm running out, but it's okay because I have spares. So first I'm taking this on the setting brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just patting this in under my eye. I like to pat in my powder because then you're not like moving your foundation about or causing streaks or anything. I say as I, you know, brush it over my lid. I just do that because I find it gets rid of any foundation creases. But everywhere else on my face, I just pat it down. So pat, 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 pat. And then I get the, what is this? This is like rubbed off. I think it's like the powder brush by Real Techniques, I don't know. Easily identifiable though, and then I just pat this into the rest of my face. Now most days I want a bit more bronziness to my face, just to add a bit more like contour and health. So I like to go in with another bronzer. I'm not hugely fussy with the ones that I use, but my current favourite right now is one by Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Everything Nice palette, but you can buy this bronzer separately, and it's just the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which is like there. So I just get some of that on another 6 Plus brush. This one's like one of them, little small like blush brush. So I get some on that, and then I just go back around where I contoured before. For blush, I'm taking my current favourite blush, which is the Tarte one in the shade Magic. And I'm just taking this on the blush brush by Real Techniques. Can you tell who my favourite brush makes are? So I'm just taking some of this, and then I'm just putting it onto the apples of my cheeks and then sort of blending it with my contour. I absolutely love this blush. I just feel like with my skin tone, even whether I'm pale or whether I'm tanned, it goes really well, and it just blends like really naturally and just looks really glowing, and yeah, it's just what you want in a blush. And then once that's done, I'm going back to the Too Faced palette, and I am just grabbing some highlight, and this is called Inner Light, and I'm getting it on this like stippling brush by 6 Plus, and I literally just take this on the top of my cheekbones. I don't really bother with doing the brows or anything like that. I just feel like I don't really need it, and I'm lazy. So normally my favourite brow product is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Unfortunately this is run out right now, so I'm just going to be using the brush off it to brush through my brows because that is amazing. And then to fill them in, I'm going to be using the Soap & Glory Brow Archery, which is sort of much the same. I'm using like the crayon end, not the like brush end, and it's basically a similar product, but this goes lighter, which is great for blonde. Like this I find like a shade too dark, but then it's quite thicker, so you get really natural brow with this, but not necessarily like super sharp and defined, whereas this, because the nib is like so tiny, you can really get something like super precise. But as I said, I need to repurchase this, so this it is. So getting uncomfortably close to the camera, I'm now gonna start filling my brows in. I don't really know how to explain how I do this, so I'm just gonna let you observe. So once my brows are filled in, I like to take the Benefit Gimme Brow, and I have this again in the lightest shade. It's just a little like brow mascara, and I like to brush through just to make sure that they're set and aren't gonna go all over the place during the day. Okay, so now I'm gonna attempt the impossible and actually do my winged liner on camera, which is so freaking hard. So to do this, I am taking the Makeup Revolution liquid eyeliner. This is £1.50 and this is hands down the best eyeliner I have ever tried. I have tried high street ones and high-end ones, and £1.50 has just smashed the rest of the competition. It's so black, it's really easy to apply, and it actually lasts all day. It's got another one, a new one of these, so it's like really tight to open. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to do my eyeliner. Eyeliner done. So now I tend to just sit around for a couple of minutes and wait for that to dry. I look cute as hell today. Proper adorbs. My face close up I feel is 90% nose. Yeah, just gonna smother myself in lip balm, because lip balm can get rid of all your problems. Apart from capitalism. So once my eyeliner's dry, I like to go in and line like the top waterline thing. Lash line, I feel like there's an actual word for that, but I can't remember it. So I'm just using an Urban Decay black 24/7 whatever glide on eye pencil thing, and I either lift up my lashes like that, or sometimes I brave it and just go in there all willy-nilly and fuck shit up. So yeah, the like key to doing this is like looking away from the pencil at all times, because if you look at it then you go and then you get eyeliner everywhere. So yeah, pro tip. I like doing this because it just really helps thicken the look off your lashes and make the eyeliner look not more natural, because winged eyeliner is never gonna look like it's just happens to be a part of your skin, but just fills in any gaps and just makes it look better in general. So that's great. And then I like to take the, I believe this is like Rimmel. It's gotten a bit, need to buy another one. But basically like it's a skin colour eyeliner thing that keeps coming out. And I just put this on my bottom lower lash line thing. Do 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 do. Okay, so now with my eyelash curler, I'm gonna get curling. Gonna make these bad boys all curly and stuff. Does anyone else find like curling your lashes is literally the most boring thing in the world? Now that my eyelashes are apparently more curly, I'm gonna go in with the Bourjois Push Up Volume Glamour Mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. I feel like mine's running out though, and like, you know the seal that normally stops you being able to do that? I feel like that's no longer a thing. Yeah, this is definitely running out. Okay, so getting towards the end now, because I'm a neurotic mess when it comes to mascara, I'm taking another mascara. This is the Collection 2000 Longer Lash, and this is what I'm doing my bottom lashes with. I just find that I need like a less good mascara and like a thinner wand for the bottom ones, because I have like really weirdly long bottom lashes, which sounds really great, but it's not, because you end up with some creepy long spidery thing going on where they're like almost as long as your top ones, and it's not a good look. Honestly, it looks very creepy. So yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed the beautiful mascara angles going on in this video. So next, moving on to lips, and I pretty much change lip colour every single day, but right now one of my absolute favourites is the L'Oreal Paris, and this is like the one that they did with like people. I feel like celebrities, I'm not 100% sure, but they all have names. This one is Julianne, and yeah, it's Julianne's Red, and it's just this absolutely gorgeous super duper vibrant red, and I just love it, and I feel like red is such a staple. But before I use that, I'm going in with lip liner, and I'm just using the NYX pencil liner, and this is in the colour Rouge Flamboyant or Hot Red, it says both. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this and line my lips. Okay, so those are lined, and now I'm going in with the aforementioned lipstick and putting it on. What else am I gonna do with it? So this is the final makeup look. So this is what I tend to do on an everyday basis. Give or take a few products, like obviously my lipstick or my blush or something changes every now and then. But this is the general vibe of what I do, foundation and all, whenever I have tan on. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to be back making videos. I promise that break wasn't by choice. I missed you every single moment of it. Yeah, so I guess I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully be super duper soon and not in like another 3 months time. Oops. So bye!